With a tap of a gavel, Bill 51 finally passed with a vote of 12-3. Lawmakers spent over a week debating the governor's landfill financing measure after they made significant changes from its original form. Probably the most important amendments that stand out is the deletion of Section 30 funds to back proposed revenue bonds, the ban of $1 million a week payments from any government official without legislative approval, and lawmakers having the final say in public-private partnerships, including a private activity bond option. But not everyone agreed to pass the amended measure. Republican Senators Frank Blas Jr. and Eddie Calvo say yes, there are viable and positive options in Bill 51. However, they felt it still causes friction between the government and the district court, and they still don't know how much it will cost island residents.
I don't know how much really this is going to cost to the people of Guam. You know, how much more we're going to put to get out of their pocketbooks to be able to fund this thing.
Separate amendments that were made that when you put them into the bill and you look at the bill as one, I just believe they were inflammatory, and they were not moving us in the right direction.
Senator Ray Tenorio also says he voted no on the measure because it still has roadblocks and may jeopardize government services. And while he hopes his assessment of Bill 51 is wrong, Tenorio compares the situation to a food analogy.
I've been here for a long time and I've seen a lot of things come and go, and I think that is my analogy about this plate of food that was put on the table being edible in the beginning, and you know, a few little garnishments placed in it may have been okay, but you know, you put so many people's fingers in this plate of food and you let it sit on the table long enough, it becomes spoiled, and I think that's where we're at now.
Although he had a difficult time voting yes on the measure, Senator Jim Espaldon says he decided to go along with the majority vote because at the end of the day, he wanted something that shows the district court they produce viable landfill funding alternatives.
I think the issue came down to what do we really need to do to make sure that the judge does not continue with her order of extracting $1 million from our coffers. I think that's very important.
Also in a surprise move, Senator B.J. Cruz voted yes on Bill 51. He says the reasoning behind his decision is because of his amendment that is now part of the measure.
I voted yes because I did manage to get a provision in there which I wanted the governor and the court to understand, that we are prohibiting any expenditure of funds unless we, the Guam Legislature, authorize it or appropriate it.
As for the Camacho administration, legal counsel and acting chief of staff Shannon Titanol says they can't react to the passage of Bill 51 because they are still waiting for the final engrossed version to be delivered to Adelup.
As soon as we get it, because we haven't received it yet, I mean, we're still going to review it thoroughly, send it to our financial advisors and bond counsel to make sure that this is something that could be signed, and maybe even, well, not maybe even, but if it is signed, then we will present it to the court for her approval as well.